Hello, and welcome back for Lesson 2. In this lesson, we're going to learn about installing Visual Studio. It's necessary to install Visual Studio, as Visual Studio is one of the premier integrated development environments on the market today. And in order to learn to program, or program anything at all, we need to establish a development environment. So let's go ahead and move forward here and look at what we're going to learn today. So to begin programming, as I stated, you'll need a development environment. Most development environments are comprised of a computer, obviously, and an integrated development environment, or more commonly referred to as an IDE. So Microsoft has developed what I believe, and many other programmers in the market believe, is the premier integrated development environment. Microsoft has developed Visual Studio. And so Microsoft has published this and made it available free of charge. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at the Microsoft Community Edition of Visual Studio, which is free of charge, and this is what we're going to use in order to learn to develop. You will be able to do anything and everything that we cover in this course using the Community Edition. Now, this lesson will focus on downloading and installing Visual Studio. And the URL for Visual Studio Community Edition is listed at the bottom of this particular slide that we're reviewing right now. So let's go ahead and dig in and get started. We are going to need to prepare our development environment. We're going to be using Visual Studio 2017. Our primary focus is going to be on C# development. We're going to learn the basics by building some console applications. Then we will move on to Windows-based applications, and then we will graduate to web-based applications. Throughout the entire course, we will have a theme, which is web-based development and game development. We'll start off, though, like I said, with some console applications. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is jump in here, and what we want to do is open up a web browser, and we're going to go get Visual Studio 2017 from Microsoft's website. They have a community edition, which is free, and you will be able to do everything that we're going to do in this course using the free edition. If you have a registered version of Visual Studio, so let's say you have Visual Studio 2017 Professional, or you have a student version, please continue to use that. Obviously, those will continue to work fine for this course as well. So we want to go to https://visualstudio.microsoft.com/vs/community. When we do that, it'll take you to this page, and you'll be able to choose whether you're on Windows or Mac. I'm on Windows, so I'll keep Windows highlighted, and then we will click on the Download Visual Studio Community 2017 button. So when we click on that, it's going to take you here. You'll see that the download is attempting to automatically start down here at the bottom of my screen. I'm not going to take the survey, although I do encourage you guys to do so. I've already taken it. And then all you really have to do, if you want to save it, just save it, or if you want to run it, run it. I typically save these little downloads, these little applications. What it does is it saves a small app. Well, here, we'll go ahead and do it. So let's save as, and I'm going to go here to my downloads folder, create a new one. We'll call this Visual Studio, and then we will save this version. And so once it's done, which it is, I'll go ahead and open up the folder, and we could double click on that. And by doing so, it will try to install this on our machine. So I'm going to go ahead and click no because I already have Visual Studio installed. But click yes and go ahead and get everything installed on your machine. That's really all I wanted to talk about during this first session, was getting your environment set up. Once you've installed everything, you should have Visual Studio then installed on your computer. And if you were to double click it, you'd see that Visual Studio 2017 comes up. And if you get to this point here where this loads, now yours may not be the dark color, yours may be white, it may have a slightly different layout. Don't worry about that. Okay, and the main thing that you need to know about is just that you've got Visual Studio 2017 installed. In our next lesson, we'll come back and we'll learn how to use the application. But for now, just get it installed. That's all we're trying to do. Okay, good luck, and I will talk to you soon.